for those that have just joined us, my name is Kevin Anyango, the founder of Mtandao Varsity School of Soft Skills. The platform talks about those behaviors or characters that employers want or bring opportunities. You see, Ali, mara nyingi sana tusemanga kwamba, ni shule tu itafanya mtu aomoke yani. Lakini kuna zile tabia zingine ambazo pia zinasaidia sana.
Yeah.
I know how old you are. Wewe mtu mdogo kidogo tu, lakini unatesa kidogo.
Najaribu. Nashukuru sana. I don't know, sometimes watu wengi wanaweza kaisi kwamba pengine you're doing too much, unatesa sana, lakini for me sometimes I feel like I still have a long way to go. Understand? Kwa hiyo I really appreciate that, and I take it as a compliment.
Of course, Ali. So Ali, is it a talent? I mean, you're a very good presenter, and obviously you're very attractive too, that's for sure. But the presenting part, ni kipaji ulizaliwa nacho, or something that you've been trained to do?
I've not really been trained to do it. What can I say? I've actually.
You didn't go to media school?
I didn't go to media school.
How did it happen then? Because I mean, obviously I'm a huge fan, and I know what you do, and it's unbelievable, Ali. So, how did this happen?
I think my story, some of the people in Bopengino, they know my story. My story begins, just a few years ago, before I joined campus, when I was just walking in town and I was just fresh from high school. And nikapatana na jamaa fulani alikuwa amebeba camera na tripod, and I just told him kwamba I have interests, in all this media stuff. And the guy, a few months down the line, he called me, and he was actually employed. Alikuwa ameajiriwa kwenye a very small TV station at that time. And then he just started, akaanza kunifunza mawili matatu, this is a camera, this is how you edit, even unafanya voice overs. And my journey started. And I think two years later, I think, if I'm not wrong, 3 years later, nikajipata na a YouTube channel, and the rest is history. Yeah.
So it's about personality as well, and that's what I want to talk about in the next 10 minutes. You will shock appear. So in the next 10 minutes, I want to talk about personality. So, I mean, you're very successful in our eyes in terms of what you do. I mean, whatever you put online goes viral. Obviously, you're one of those people that are opinion shapers. Kitu aliyesema leo lazima kichwa kwa headline. So is it about personality, Ali? Ama ni bahati?
I don't know. I see nikasema kwamba ni bahati, kwa sababu at the end of the day I spent so much time planning for my content, so much time shooting, so much time editing, so much time, just trying to see what's next that I'm going to put out. Kwa hiyo siwezi nikasema ni bahati. What I can really say is that, you see, the 15 minutes, the 8 minutes ambazo mnaziona pale kando, sometimes it's hours of, putting in some work, and some people really don't get it. Hawaelewi kwamba unaweza kuona nimemfanyia mtu interview dakika 10 alafu ikiingia trending ukafikiria kwamba kazi ya Ali ni rahisi tu, anaamka leo anamtafuta mtu anafanya interview dakika 10 na trend. But there is so much, there are so many hours of research ambazo ziko pale into just trying to find the right person to interview. Not only that, pia maswali ambayo utauliza, the right questions, how you're going to ask them. There's so much ambayo we put into the 10 minutes video that you see. And the behind the scenes is actually way more than the 10 minutes, the 20 minutes, the 30 minutes interview ambayo mnaona.
But it needs discipline. So you must be a very disciplined man. And I want you to let this discipline out. Umejiriwa kazi yani. Unapata mtu anapata kazi leo, alafu kuna ile sijui kama unajua, mimi ni mzalo Nairobi mimi. So mimi naongea shenki kidogo. But Nairobi nation ya watu wanasema utaju, as in once upata kitu, you got a bad attitude. It doesn't matter as long as ushasa ile karatasi yani. So with what you do, so is discipline very important? And if it's important, how do you make sure your nidhamu, the discipline you have, stays with you all along?
You see, discipline inakuwa ni a very key factor when in all aspects of life. Kwenye your health, kwenye that is mental health and physical health, kwenye career yako, yani ukiwa disciplined in one aspect, you're going to end up being disciplined in all aspects. If you're indisciplined in one aspect pia, you might end up being indisciplined in most aspects of your life. Kwa hivyo discipline is very key, not only on career wise lakini pia kwenye your personal growth, because how they was Uingereza wanasema kwamba how you do one thing just shows you how you do everything else. If wewe ni mtu ambaye kila wakati you are always late, inaonyesha kwamba even your assignments pale kazini how deliver vizuri, even everything else that unafanya, that's just how you do. If you do something in a shoddy way, inaonyesha pia that's how you do everything else. Kwa hiyo discipline kwenye career yangu imenisaidia sana kwenye not only shaping my career but also, growing as a person, trying to understand, being self-aware that, whatever I'm doing right now has either a positive impact on my life, on my career, on my health, just being an all-round person. Kwa hiyo discipline ni muhimu sana. It's discipline that makes a man, kwa sababu there are the days ambazo unahisi kwamba kweli mimi kusema kweli I really don't feel like going to work, but you just have to do. Discipline ndo inakufanya, it makes you work on the days that you don't feel like working. It makes you, grind on the days that you feel like sleeping. So discipline is key, na naweza nikaisema kwamba discipline now is what helps you be consistent, kwa sababu if tomorrow I decide that kwamba I'm not going to work, nani ataniuliza? Like nimetengeneza hela yangu already and naweza nikalala hata wiki moja bila kufanya kazi, lakini no one will, hakuna mtu atanifuta kazi. Lakini now discipline is now what makes me move, knowing that I want to grow not only, career wise lakini in every aspect of life.
You're very good with words, Ali, I've got to say. So in damu unaongea sasa hivi, this is discipline. Is it because of your upbringing, wazazi mali umetoka, ama ni kitu ambacho umejifunza mwenyewe? Your tabia, that is what you're talking about. Where did it come from? Because, as I said, you're very consistent in what you do. You're a very polite person, really. And I think politeness comes with discipline. So is this the way you're brought up? Am I ilitokaje?
It's a mix of life na pia malezi. Nimelelewa na very strict parents ambao ni Waislamu ambao I would say like mamangu hakuwahi kupenda kuniona at any time nikiwa mtukutu. Lakini once you become an adult, of course, hakuna mtu ambaye anakuchapa ukiwa mtukutu, hakuna mtu ambaye anakukelelesha and stuff like that. Kwa hiyo sometimes ni wewe tu ukae chini ujifikirie maisha yako, uangalie in what direction am I heading to, kwa sababu leo nikiamua mimi nitakuwa mzembe, no one will, hakuna mtu ataniambia kitu chochote, lakini maisha yangu yenyewe yataenda. Kwa hiyo I really naweza nikasema nashukuru sana wazazi wangu for the upbringing, lakini pia discipline ni kitu ambacho most people struggle with. I'm not trying to say that I don't have days ambazo siamki na hisi kwamba sijisikii kwenda kazi. I struggle with that a lot. The point is you just have to be consistent enough until you reach a point which very few people actually reach in life, which is called tenacity. Once you achieve tenacity of anything that you're struggling with, for example, if you're a man who's struggling with reading books, for instance, you try and push so hard in such a way that you will never struggle with that. If you're someone who is indisciplined in one area of life, you try and push for weeks, months in such a way that being disciplined is just like breathing, and people will look at you and they'll say you need to sleep. People will look at you and say unahitaji kupumzika, but you don't feel that. You just look that because it's normal to look tired.
Yes, yeah. Well, listen, Ali, I had prepared some questions here, but the way things are going, I think I'll play the beat and we just chat. For those that are just joining us, my name is Kevin Onyango, founder of the University School of Soft Skills. I'm talking to presenter Ali, based in Mombasa, Kenya, a YouTuber. So what do you call a YouTuber, right? Is that the correct word to refer to you as YouTuber?
Not really. I see I'm a content creator too. I create content on all social media platforms. Just that my YouTube is bigger than other social media platforms. Lakini I'm a content creator, as nikasema.
Or a celebrity?
Not really. Not.
Ile malilipo tunaita kama nyinyi a pop star. Will you call you a pop star either?
Not really. I can't, just an ordinary content creator. I prefer that kwa sababu sitaki kujiweka maneno mengine kwenye akili ama sometimes unaweza I meet people, they say you're popular, you're a celebrity. Lakini mimi najiona tu kama mtu ambaye someone out there just grinding and trying to be a better person, trying to solve world problems and trying to make the world a better place. But that's all I can say.
Look, you're a very inspiring person, that's for sure. And you say something that's very important here, solving problems. And that's one of those things, one of those characters that employers want. Somebody that can solve problems for them. And remaining with that, Ali, so what do you tell people that are watching us right now that wanasema kwamba kuna kazi, kama ni Kenya, mama, wherever they are, all over the world really, people will say hakuna kazi. What do you tell those kind of people?
Ni kweli hakuna kazi, hata mimi mwenyewe sina kazi, sijaajiriwa. Lakini one of the main things that I normally believe is, as a human being, the power you have is unlimited, and even the power that God has given you hata wewe mwenyewe you're not even aware. It's so much. For example, Mimi, I'm not employed. Mimi and many other content creators, we are not employed, but we saw that there was a need for entertainment. Someone saw that there was a need for information. Someone saw that there was a need of this and this, and they became content creators in that line. The only thing that you just have to do is look at what you're interested in, find a problem in that field, and just try to solve it. You will make good amount of money, and you're gonna live very well. And every time you will just be in that line, just trying to see a new problem to solve. Just trying to see a gap that no one else has noticed, and you will end up living a good life, because this world actually has so many problems. So the moment you try and solve one, you create something for yourself, either a source of income, either a source of employment, or either a source of happiness. It's just the way the world works. Na watu hawajui kwamba there are systems ambazo they were created kitambo by people who we don't really know. Lakini they were not meant to solve the world's problems. They were meant to help solve the people's problems. That's why you will be employed today and you will think that I'm being paid 1 million shillings, so I'm free. I have financial freedom. Until the day you will realize that you can't wake up and say that I'm not going to work. So you realize, oh, I am not really free. So for you to achieve the real freedom in life is being able to solve a problem in a way that it makes your life easier, and also gives you mental freedom in such a way that you can just do anything, anytime, and live your life. Sijui kama make any sense.
Well, Skiza, I can listen to you the whole time, the whole evening.
Yeah. Asante bro.
No, kweli kabisa. Kuna vitu unasema ningalijua kitambo ningekuwa mbali kidogo. Wow, Ali.
Asante bro.
And everything you touch turns into gold. What I mean by that is, najua watu kama watatu ambao walikuja kwa channel yako, and through the interview, then wakayani sijui tumekuomoka ama the channels became stable.
Uh-huh.
So what I'm trying to ask you is, do you believe in personality or you believe in a skill?
I believe in by personality, pengine unamaanisha nini? Sijaelewa.
By person, okay, let me talk about you. You know, you look cool, calm, and collected. And una mambo mengi, umetulia tu pale tu, kama mkwenyu. So that aspect of just being calm, you know, your personality, you know, umetulia tu unasikiza mtu, you know, kama sasa unasikiza vizuri sana, you know, unatazama. So that personality and the skill. So you are a skill, you're a content creator, you're very creative, you know, in what you do. So my question to you is, which one comes first? Is it the personality? You know, President Ali is cool, calm, very creative, and then he has a skill. Which I
think ambayo inakuja mbele, you need the skill first. You need the skill first. The world doesn't care if you're cute. The world doesn't care if you're muscular. The world doesn't care if you have six-pack. If you don't have that skill, you just don't have it. And if you're not a hard worker, I mean, no matter how talented you are, like, you will never go anywhere. No matter how good looking you are, you will never. You'll hear someone. Have you ever heard someone saying, "I look like Chris Brown, but I'm broke"? No, no one cares about. No one cares about that. You have to get it first. You have to get that skill. Chris Brown had to be. For example, I'm just using him as a random person. Lazima angekuwa kwanza mtu ambaye ako talented na ana work very hard ndo sisi tumjue. But even if he was the most handsome looking man and he's just lazy, and no one would actually know about him. So for me, nahisi kwamba the world doesn't care about how good you look, how tall, how dark and handsome anyone is. The world just wants to see what you bring to the table. What are you bringing in? Because I really don't believe that there's someone who's not good looking, and you can actually look at, you know, people who are rich out there. I think they look okay because the money, you know, adds to some looks. I don't know. No. Kwa hiyo mimi nahisi kwamba the skill is very important. Like you first need to have the skill, and it is something ambayo naambiaga watu kila siku. No, mtu ataona nimeamka leo nimemfanyia mtu interview, nimemuuliza maswali mawili matatu, and pengine wafikirie kwamba Ali, how do you do it? I just didn't wake up, you know, nikatafuta mtu nikamfanyia interview nikamuuliza maswali mawili matatu. I think I woke up, I prayed about it, I visualized it, and I did some research, I did some training, nilifanya vocal training, nikasikiza multiple podcast, watch interviews. Like, there's just so much that it takes for you to have that skill than just seeing someone doing an interview and wewe sasa unachukua pia kama unasema niwashie kamera hata mimi nifanye interview. I think there is a whole lot of things that come for you to be presenter Ali than just to be any other content creator.
But you've mentioned working hard several times since we started talking here, and now the last section of this conversation, and then I'll let you go, is about social media. Okay, obviously, social media comes with a lot of challenges, but there are also good things about social media. You yourself, you know, we came to know you through social media. You know, I mean, YouTube, obviously. So my question to you is that Ali, the people that troll on social media, you know, when to see they expose each other, you know, perhaps as an experienced person and as a content creator who puts his work online.
Yeah.
What do you tell us in terms of those who use social media to troll people, or to present negative side of other people? What do you tell them? Does it really matter?
I think one of the things ambazo watu wanafaa wajue ni kwamba, you know, whatever you say negative about someone actually projects so much about yourself. If I can be able to just stand in the public and kumtukana mtu, just naweza nikawa hata maneno ambayo namtukana ni ya kweli, lakini it says a lot about myself. So many bullies who are there online just trying to put people down, it just shows them that it should just show you that kwamba hawa watu wenyewe they're trying to bring you down to their level. And it's okay for me. I get bullied, a lot of times on Instagram, on YouTube, sana, on TikTok. But I think mostly on YouTube, I get that a lot. Lakini, I tend to understand that, and this is one fact ambayo ukielewa kwenye maisha, you live happily. Like, you can never, like watu wapo tofauti in looks, in everything. Lakini, one thing you should always know is that not everyone in the world can have the same IQ as you. Understand?
Yes.
If you are smart, you will not expect someone who is not smart to understand you. If you are smart, you will not expect someone ambaye hajielewi akuelewe. So what you have to do at that particular moment is bring yourself down to their level, understand them, because they will never understand you. Then unarudi pale kwenye level yako. And that's what I do. Someone will comment very negatively on my video and I will say, thank you, that is not it. And I will say, wow, I didn't know this. And I will say, and I will actually love the comment. And it gives me peace of mind to know that this person has actually seen me love his comment, despite the fact that this person has said something negative. And my main aim in life is actually to spread positivity, because I sometimes feel like there's so much negativity in this world and we need to, just have some positive vibes, change the whole world, because everyone in this world needs it. Just a kind word goes a long way. Even if someone tries to bully you, just tell them, hey, I hope you're having a good day. And you never know, maybe they were not having a good day and it may just make them have a good day. So at the end of the day, these people, the fact that we know it projects who they are, probably they're going through stuff, and just try and be as positive as you can. I know sometimes unaweza ukapata comments nyingi nzuri sana alafu moja tu hivi ikaja ikakuumiza, lakini it's very important kwamba ufahamu kwamba maybe this person is going through something, that maybe the main reason why he's telling you to go and kill yourself, maybe he feels like he needs to kill himself. Maybe you can just try and reach out and tell them, hey, I hope you're okay and you're not thinking about, hurting yourself. And it goes a long way. I've had people, just DM me and tell me, your kind words, made me not do this to myself. I used to harm myself, but through watching your videos, I got inspired. I started YouTube. And those are the things that keep me going. It's not about the brand endorsements. It's not about the money ambayo napata. Because at the end of the day, pesa zinakuja, zinapotea, lakini mimi kujua kwamba kuna mtu pengine nilimfanyia interview and they normally tell me, Ali, my life changed because you interviewed me. That means a lot to me than any amount of money in this world.
Well, Ali, I know 3 people that you've interviewed and clearly the life has changed. So what you are saying is not they're not just words, they're things that happen. Yeah. And as I say, I know people that you've changed their lives. Ali, you look very calm. Is that kipindre ama ndio wewe kabisa?
Adi?
You look very calm. Is that just for the cameras? Ama this is you. You're always cool. You're always calm, because it's quite important. That calmness in life. Where do you get that from?
I mean, being calm is something very important, because there are many things that are happening in life right now, and people are just doing things and they're not even aware of the fact that they are doing them. And people just on social media and just doing things and they're not even aware. So for you to, I think, to be self-aware, the first step is actually just be calm. Notice that whatever you're doing, live the moment. The way I'm moving my hands, I'm doing them consciously. I know that I'm moving them. The way I'm scratching my head, the way I'm trying to think about stuff. You can never do that if you're not calm. You will just be all over the place. You will say things that don't even matter. You will say things that you don't mean. So for you to be self-aware, which is very important. It's a huge topic. You can just go and do some research about, for anyone that is watching, that is, you can go and do some research about self-awareness, and you realize being calm is very important. And I think for me, I get the calmness from the fact that I do meditate at times. I know this one will sound crazy to some of you, but not si ile meditation ya kuchoma. Just being calm and trying to free your mind, trying to move your mind into different spaces, and trying to enjoy your existence. So when such stuff happens, you will just end up being calm. And
so please carry on. Please carry on.
And if you don't do it, you will find that you are always doing one thing the wrong way. You're always struggling with one specific thing, and it's normal. It's actually normal for every human being to actually struggle with one or two components of their life. I don't want to sitaki kuzungumza and anyone watching me aisi kwamba Ali has got his life all figured out. He's got probably all the money. No, I'm still trying to figure out different things about life, just that probably in a different level. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I've got two last questions. I'll let you go. The first is mentorship. Do you believe in mentorship?
We talked about this, I think.
We did on your life. Yes, we did. That's why I met you on your life. Yes.
Talked about this a while ago. And yes. I think mentorship is overrated. It is overrated. In terms of having a specific person ambaye pengine he'll walk with you in a journey of a career ambayo you want to be in, I think it is overrated in terms of they normally tell you that make sure that you never meet your superhero. Sijui kama ushaisikia hiyo word.
That's the first time I'm hearing that. Please explain.
Make sure you never meet your superhero, because the day you meet your superhero is the day you're going to notice that kumbe he is not a superhero, he has flaws just like me. So it's good to have people out there to inspire you, keep you moving, say you want to be like this person. Lakini it's not quite good enough for you to hold on to someone's dream ama someone's career and just say I want to be like him, because I can be anything I want to be. I can be the greatest presenter on earth right now, but if I hold my hand and say, for instance, for the lack of a better example, nasema nataka kuwa kama Jalango, I'll always end up just being either like Jalango or slightly below Jalango. But if I just set my mind free and say I want to be the greatest presenter, imagine how much I can achieve by being that. So mentorship is actually not a bad thing, but it is overrated.
That's interesting. So you well, no, please carry on.
There are many things, that or many people who you can emulate. Imagine emulating traits from Oprah, traits from Piers Morgan. Traits from the biggest interviewers. Just many people. You just taking the best traits from all of them and deciding that in one way or another, these people are going to mentor me. Imagine what you can be than just saying, I want to be like Oprah, and then just deciding that, this is the person who's going to mentor me.
And you sound like you read a lot. Is that correct assumption?
Yeah, I read a lot. Let me just show you my current book.
Let's go. Show us.
I think this is the book that I'm currently reading. It's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So in life, there are people ambao, they have 24 hours, wanazitumia vizuri. In life, there are people ambao they they have 24 hours na hawazitumii vizuri. That's basically the whole idea about life. I'm not the kind of person who reads who reads page by page, like niseme kwamba I'm reading page by page. I'll just take like a week.
So you just go through.
Just go through this book and just know like the main things that I want to get from this book. So I got it on Monday, so nafaa kumaliza on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay. So is it so this one I was asking about books, and I'm glad actually you do read books because you sound very as I said quite knowledgeable. So what's the importance, especially to young people, of reading? Because in our culture, or meaning Kenya pia, now at some sana vile, you know, some people will make jokes. They only read Facebook, but they don't actually read the actual book. So what's the importance to young people that wanataka kuomoka, those to look for opportunities, the importance of reading books?
One thing I normally say about books is, for example, this book is by Stephen Covey, I think. Yeah, Stephen. This book actually tells you about the life of Stephen. Like if they lived up to 70, 80, 90 years, this book tells you about that. So you can actually be able to take a week to gather the information that this guy got in 80 years. Wow. I mean, I think that is magic. So if you read 10 books of people who have lived up to 60 years, you can actually be able to gather good experience from 60-year-old people at 15 years, at 16 years, at 18 years. And I think that is magical, being able to read as many books as you can at a very young age will give you the experience of, you know, people who've lived up to their 80s, up to their 90s. And just imagine the day you'll sit down to write a book, you'll have all those books in you.
So you do recommend that what was vitabu?
Of course. Kwanza, the earlier you start reading books, the earlier your life just changes. It doesn't matter. Sio lazima usome, you know, these types of books. I read many types of books, not only, you know, I do a personal development, I do fiction, I do comics, I do audio, what do you call this? I do audiobooks.
Yes.
Yeah, so there's a lot of time, and you don't really need to say that this is the time that I need to read my book. Get yourself an audio book, put it in your phone. The time unaenda job, either ukitembea, ukiwa kwa matatu, when you're working out, just listen for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, pole too, and you'll always get yourself hooked. So every time unapata dakika kidogo, just go through the book. It's a very good culture ambayo here in Africa, I don't know, I would say in Kenya, Nairobi, haiko vile, but there are people who are reading books. So if you're out there, you're not focused about your life and you think that everyone is like you need to rethink, because if the reason why we are seeing, you know, ukoma, let me use the word ukoma juu, just outside the other countries, we're seeing young millionaires, you know, unapatana na kijana ako 8 years and they can actually code.
Yes.
It doesn't.
Yes.
People say, he's a genius. No, he's not a genius. He probably started reading books at 6. He's probably started coding at 6. And that's why right now at 8 years, they're coding and they're making millions. And for me, I normally wish the things that I knew at my teenage, if I had known them even before being a teenager, I would be far away. You know, tuko na culture ambayo here in Africa, you know, people believe that, ako 18, he's still young. He has a whole life ahead of him. But ukiangalia other cultures, someone is 13 and they're already making thousands of dollars. So sometimes I wish ningejua vitu vingine nikiwa mdogo, like 12, 13, 10. Probably sasa ningekuwa mbali.
Ukumbali kidogo aisee, hapana, ushafika pale.
Tunajaribu sana, yeah.
Look, as I said, I can listen to you the whole evening, and it's just incredible the stuff you're coming out. My last question to you, Ali, is I'll go back to when you started the discussion. We were talking about the skill, talent. At what age, if you can remember, that you discovered, actually, I'm very good? See me, I know you as a radio presenter. Lolani Kano? Who are you today? I
Sorry?
who are you? I saw you
Today was it's Jilani Meshak Jilani.
Correct. Now, at what point did you discover that actually mimi na sauti nzuri na tena niko na kipaji cha utangazaji?
I think I fell in love with radio when I was in class 6. I just fell in love with radio. I would just go home, listen to radio the whole day. I think ni kama nakumbuka hatukuwa na TV kwetu actually. So I just loved radio. Nikitoka tu shule nawasha radio, nasikiza to the whole day, nalala late night just listening to radio. I fell in love with radio, and I knew that I wanted to be on radio. But you see, the opportunities that come to you in life sometimes zinaweza zikawa haziko in line with what you love. So the first opportunity that I got, haikuwa ya radio actually, ilikuwa ya TV. I got an opportunity to be on TV. I did Y254 internship. I worked at Switch TV, and then now COVID came. After COVID came, Switch TV, I quit Switch TV. I got on YouTube. And right now it's been a year and 6-7 months. Yeah, and
wow.
we've actually been able to hit over 300,000 subscribers. Yeah,
that's a very short time to be. I want you to have success, as in because actually, and you're very right. You people like you, Munga Eve. I think I can't mention names. I'm going to be in trouble. But you guys, you're the ones who actually open our minds and our eyes on YouTube, really. And if you look at the amount of time that you spend to where you're at now, it's very, very short. So again, I'll go back to where we started. Is that luck, Ali? I'm a tool. You're just good at what you do.
Let me tell you one story of last year when last year when we started. I think there are days I used to put up 7 videos in a day. 7 videos in a day. There are days I would do 3 videos. There are days I would do 4 videos. The days I would do, I swear there's a time we went to Tanzania, and there's a day I did 21 videos.
Wow.
21 videos. And I think after putting up the 21 videos, I had like 4 videos, 3 videos trending in Kenya and 4 videos trending in Tanzania. Now, for anyone who's watching this, I want you to tell me, being able to put 3, 4, 5 videos in a day, 21 videos in a day, tell me that is luck. I want you to tell me that is luck.
So it's hard work.
I can actually be able to, I'm not saying that I'm going to do this, but I'm just so self-aware and so which one? Natafuta and so sure about this that I can start a new YouTube channel from scratch, and I can be able to guarantee you that in less than 6 months I can be able to hit 100,000.
Ali, I started my YouTube channel 2 years ago, and I have got less than 500 views. So, pengine nalalia kazi basi mimi.
Ati nini?
Pengine mimi nalalia kazi basi juu. If you can do those in 6 months, and I've been having my channel for 3 years now.
Unajua, when you decide to focus, to put your mind on something, you're in a different space. When I decided to put my mind on YouTube, I would just eat YouTube, drink YouTube, think YouTube, talk YouTube. Like I would just spend, out of the 24 hours, I think I would spend 18 hours on YouTube just trying to figure out what works. That is the first step, like that everyone tries to skip. Like you have to find out how everything works. It's like me giving you a car right now na nikupatie funguo. Na nikwambie, you know what? Take this car to Kitengela, ama to Nairobi, ama to Mombasa, ama to Tanzania, anywhere. Without you being able to figure out how to start this car, trust me, you will never go anywhere. So this is a key step that many people skip when it comes to content creation. You have to learn the nitty-gritties, the basics, the foundation of content creation in line with anything that you're doing. If it's entertainment, if it's travel, if it's fashion, if it's business, if it's technology, you just have to try and learn first what it takes to be a tech content creator. Just learn that first. Do not care about your videos, do not care about your views, do not care about anything. Learn first, just learn. And once you're able to learn and now know what you're supposed to do, from there now, you can start producing content. But now what happens is, Ali is doing well, someone else is doing well. So you want to skip the space where you need to know how it works and you want to make it work. You can never drive that car without being able to know where the keys are, how to put on to switch gears, how to, to remove the parking brakes and stuff like that. So what makes YouTube look easy is the fact that I can be able to upload a video na ingie to trending and people like, hata mimi nataka kufanya kitu kama hiyo. It's just the same thing when Usain Bolt runs for 9 minutes and 50 seconds and everyone is like, I want to do this. But if you sit down with Usain Bolt and ask him what it takes you through nutrition, it takes you through exercise, it takes you through fasting, it takes you through hydrating, it takes you through, the things he does the whole year before that 9 seconds race. You're like, oh my God, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. It's just the same thing when it comes to YouTube. Like I tell people, you have to do some research about thumbnails. You have to do some research about titling. You have to do some research about, how to tag your videos, how to do stuff like that. And they're like, hey, inakaa kazi mob. Huwezi niambia haraka tu nielewe in 30 minutes. I'm like, you can't learn all those stuff in 30 minutes. You just have to invest your time, try to watch as many videos as you can, try to learn from podcasts, try to read some books, try to read some ebooks, just to try and understand the whole production process. It's just a lot. It's not like you just wake up and find yourself. You can never wake up and find yourself living in a mansion. You just have to build the mansion from scratch.
Oh man, I cannot thank you enough, Ali, for your time. I mean, the stuff you mentioned, unfortunately, they're true, and the things that we tend to avoid. We like shortcuts, really. So we've got to respect the process. Look, Ali, I normally, so you see, this show, I don't interview people. We talk about the skill, and I thank you for your time. But I normally ask my guests to introduce you to the next guest. So I've got 2 names, which I know that these are your friends. I know that you work with them, that I would like you to bring them here. Should I mention them?
Sure, no problem.
Are you going to bring them here?
I'm going to do my best.
Right. Well, I would like to have Terence here, and also Mungai Eve.
Okay, you said who?
Terence the creative, the comedian.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And Mungai Eve.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Yeah, I'll do my best. They're my good friends. I mean, and we see how we can, make it work.
Oh man, I'll appreciate it. I've reached to them several times, by the way, and I know they're very busy people, and I am sure lots of people ask them for interviews. So but I've tried. Mm-hmm. But through you, I know you can make something happen.
Yeah. No problem. I do my best. I'll get you one of the 2, or maybe both of them. I don't know. But I'll do my best. Yeah.
Ali, for those that have been with us, thank you so much for being with us. I was speaking to presenter Ali, content creator based in Mombasa, Kenya. Ali, thank you so much for coming, and I'm glad that now we are part of the network.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate you and your time. I'm sorry today I was late.
No.
I had a very tight meeting, and also I had to meet a client. Just had a crazy day, but I really appreciate each and everyone for watching this video. If you've got something to take with you, please do and share it with someone. And I do recommend you watch this podcast. I'm about to sit down and watch it. It's called The Diary of a CEO. Just get some time on YouTube or Spotify. Just listen to The Diary of a CEO.
but I'll do that myself. Hopefully some people will mention that too. Ali, nashukuru sana. Do have a nice evening, sir.
Asante sana. Ubarikiwe.
Thank you.
Okay.